Little Miss Trash TV is back with part 2 of the 90-Day Fiancé Season 10 tell-all. So in part 1, we left off with Jasmine wailing into Nikki's arms backstage because Gino had hugged a flat-boobied stripper with too much passion. So Jasmine is wailing.
You never look at me this way, Nikki. You never look at me. You never make love to me.
Like, Jasmine's shaking. She's got these, like, tremors going through her body. So I really don't think she's faking it. I think Jasmine is actually truly unhinged and totally desperate for airtime and wants to be a famous actress here in America. So Jasmine is the best of both worlds. She is like Natalie, an unhinged psycho who also wants to be a movie star and is so delusional that she will never, ever get past the 90-day world into any sort of real acting role. But that doesn't mean Jasmine is not going to try. So she is like, Gino, it's traumatized me for life. I can't go back out there. And Nikki's like, girl, pull it together. You need to go out there and you need to go lay down the law. Jasmine like wipes her tears. Like, okay, you're right. And we head back on stage. But Jasmine will not be let off the hook that quickly by Sean Robinson, because Sean pulls us back to the screen with Daisy. And if you've forgotten who Daisy is, she is the adorable yet flat-chested stripper who hugged Jasmine's beloved Gino for 1.5 seconds far too long. But first, Jasmine attempts to give us all whiplash by apologizing to Sean Robinson for storming off set. We've never had a cast member come back in and apologize to our beautiful and gorgeous 61-year-old Sean Robinson. So Sean asks Jasmine if she has any questions for Daisy. We're all assuming Jasmine's going to be like, no, get her the hell out of here. But Jasmine is like, well, actually, yes, I have a list of 7,547 questions in my mind I would like to ask this poor stripper on national TV. Gino's like, whoa, Jasmine, you really don't have to do this. It's like done. It's in the past. And Jasmine's like, nuh-uh, Gino, you had your time with the stripper in the strip club. This is my time with the stripper. Da-da-da-da. And then Jasmine instantly makes the whole thing awkward. She's using it as like a trauma dump therapy session. And this wide-eyed stripper is just like, I don't know. She wouldn't even remember Gino if it wasn't for this whole national TV shit show. Jasmine's like, he hugged you in a way he's never hugged me before. He smelt you in a way he's never smelt my body before. So then Jasmine escalates this by bringing up the lip gloss. She goes back to the whole story, recounts it in detail that it's just not any lip gloss. It is fresh lip gloss. She has taken out her full crime scene investigation kit and knows everything about this lip gloss. So Daisy is just like, like, what? I already told you everything. And like, P.S., Gino barely showed me any attention. He did not seem into me in any way, shape, or form. And Jasmine, the master of being able to flip any moment into being the victim, was like, well, you see, Daisy, that's just how it is. The less attention Gino shows you, the more interested he is in you. So anyways, even Sean's like, time for a break. Let's move on. And we cut out to the break, and Jasmine is like taking her earrings off. Looks like she's about to fight someone. And she says,
You know that this is it, right?
What's that?
You crossed the line. You crossed the line,
I don't think I did.
And that's the problem, that you can never see when you go too far.
I don't think so.
Gino is like, geez, oh, Pete, she's so dramatic. And Jasmine's like, Gino never takes accountability for any of the things he does to me. And then in the little break room, Sam and Citra are like, wow, they make me feel real good about our relationship, even in our worst times. We are nowhere as bad as that. Rob and Sophie, despite being kind of crazy and dramatic themselves, also agree that Jasmine and Gino are just too much and they seem to thrive on drama. Witchy Ashley is really the only one to take Jasmine's side, and she says that Jasmine gets louder and louder because Gino is incapable of hearing her and this doesn't give Jasmine the kind of love she needs for validation. Ashley's suggestion to this crazy unhinged couple is to go to their local coffee shop and bang it out in a public bathroom. So just when you think we're going to move on from all this Jasmine-Gino mess, we do not, because Jasmine now has stormed back in and she is holding her tiny little sparkly clutch. Her hands are shaking. They're trembling. She pulls out of the clutch a manila envelope. She hands the clutch dramatically to Clayton like he is her new personal assistant. And she says, I have something here to share with you all to prove I am not crazy. So what is this proof that proves Jasmine is not a crazy, unhinged psychopath like she proves to us over and 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 over again? It is a computer-typed letter. So let's cut to Jasmine now and let her read this letter herself. There really are no words.
I'm gonna read it for you. Jasmine, Gino and I had so much fun at the bachelor's party. Sorry for the lip gloss. You can keep it, but it won't look as good on you as it does on me.
What a bitch.
Here's my panties that he took off that night.
What?
The rest you can keep
Girl.
for your imagination.
So then she hands the letter dramatically to Clayton and she's like, here, guys, you can read it, you can look at it, you can touch it and pass it around. So while this letter is circulating through the 90-day fiancé judge and jury, Jasmine says she has one more piece of evidence that will prove to America that Jasmine is not some crazy, unhinged psychopath who terrorizes Gino. It is a pair of underwear that she throws from the envelope into the middle of the tell-all floor. Everyone gasps. Someone even screams, ew, is that yeast I see? Gross. But it does get grosser because Nikki hops up and she starts poking at the underwear with her pink manicured toe. Jasmine screams, don't touch it, you'll get an infection. Please, no one here, touch the underwear. You will get infected, don't do it. Gino is just like, I've already known about this. I just didn't think she would bring it to the middle of the tell-all and throw it on the middle of the ground. He says it's offensive that Jasmine even believes this letter. It's typed up, it's got to be by an ex-girlfriend or a crazy fan or a stalker, someone just trying to make drama. And the rest of the cast like, yeah, no, it doesn't even seem real. And this is how you know who wrote that letter and who put that yogurt all over those panties to make them look crusty is not shocking, Jasmine herself. I mean, by this point, we're nearly a quarter way through the episode and Jasmine has hogged all the airtime. So her little stunt has been a success in addition to planting some seeds of doubt if maybe, just maybe, perhaps Gino is cheating on Jasmine and her reactions are not totally unhinged, crazy, and psychotic. So next, we're going to head back over to Justin and Nikki. So Nikki, at some point, it's getting hot, and Justin Igor is not happy. And Nikki's like, whoa, maybe just stop speaking because this is not helping anything. And Justin is like,
tomorrow, I will stop. Today, I will speak.
And Ashley is like, whoa, hold the train there, Justin Igor. You will not be speaking to anyone on this tell-all set like that. And now Ashley is all in. She is asking all sorts of hard questions. Then Justin Igor accuses Ashley of being just a copy of the Nikki. The Nikki is now multiplying and spreading, and Justin is so upset by the multiple Nikkis everywhere. But then we quickly learn that Nikki is no innocent victim of just being dumped by text and left to cry for months and years on end until we get to this tell-all. Instead, we learn that just several months ago, Nikki had flown to Moldova to celebrate Justin Igor's birthday.
We heard about that, but we're not sure how serious it got. Where did you leave things?
Well, I had an amazing time. It was so romantic. Everything was great. He made love to me.
Yes, it's true.
And I put the ring back on my finger.
So the entire set learns that currently, technically, Nikki and Justin are engaged. Everyone's like, whoa, like super weird, Nikki, like, but then they jump back on Justin Igor because he is just so unlikable that everyone dogpiles back onto him and they are asking him the hard questions. Are you trans attracted? Are you going to take the 90-day fiancé interview to come to America? Are you in a relationship? Do you love Nikki? Did you use Nikki? And he is like trying to tiptoe around these questions. And he's like,
Do you see that? Strong. That's my proof.
What?
He's jacking off a lot. He's jacking off a lot. That's what he's saying. He's saying his arm is big because he's using his arm a lot.
So were you with women?
And then there's poor Emmanuel. He's just like, I don't understand what this guy is saying. None of this is making any sense. But Ashley does not stop harping and going into Justin Igor. So we do finally get him to answer one final question. And the only question he's ever answered, is he going to go to do his visa interview? And he says no. But still, Nikki is looking at the screen like there maybe he will. And everyone is like, girl, Nikki, you've just been humiliated on national TV. Pull that visa. So at the end of the episode, we do see Nikki. She is supposedly texting her lawyer to pull the visa. So it looks like we are done with Justin Igor and the Nikki as a couple. But I'm sure we will be seeing Nikki back here very soon on the next season of The Single Life. So next up, we have Sam and Citra. And Sam is not in jail. He is live here at the tell-all. And Citra says,
"You put a demon inside me. Yeah. Always make me throw up."
So they are now pregnant and expecting their first child, a daughter, together. Then Sam updates us on his sobriety. Supposedly he's doing great and that he's got some sort of court-ordered parole where he'll be drug tested and everything's going great, and he credits it to his new Muslim faith.
Does the Muslim faith help you stay sober, do you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I know most people, you either get high to escape or because you're missing something, and it was really what I was missing. And it's just truly saved my life.
It's beautiful to hear.
And what do I spy with my little eye right here? Is that Jasmine and Gino casually holding hands like they're back in love? Wasn't Jasmine just screaming and bawling to Gino that there was no coming back from his crime of hugging a stripper on stage at his bachelorette party? And now we're holding hands? Does this couple have a kink or fetish for warfare? Or is Gino just so accustomed to Jasmine's emotional abuse that this is normal behavior for him? Some things we just don't want to know. But we do have a little drama from Sam and Citra. Supposedly, Sam cheated on Citra. Oh, what? Yes, the horn dog, the boy that always describes himself being obsessed with sex and needing sex all the time, every day, cheated on his wife. So let's back that track up a little bit because it's actually not as dramatic as it sounds. Supposedly, Sam was driving rideshare when he first met Citra online. They hadn't met in real life, and it was early in the relationship. And Sam met a girl that he was driving, and she was totally beautiful, and they exchanged numbers, and Sam can't control himself around beautiful women, and they ended up going to a party and hooking up. So he told Citra, supposedly, she says that Sam never admitted they had sex. He said that, they were going to hook up, but Sam went into the room, saw something scary, and just left. Sam says he told Citra they had sex. Either way, Citra doesn't care anymore because it's so long ago. It was before they met in real life, and she trusts him now and everything's good between them. So they have a very, very rational couple here, which is no fun for the tell-all. Yes, you're supposed to be pissed and hate the person who cheated on you before you were ever really in a serious relationship, and you were supposed to duke it out on stage, not be completely rational, normal humans. Boring. But I will say Citra is like surprisingly low-key funny. She's had a lot of like good one-liners throughout the season. Like she literally just told us that Sam put a demon inside her because he's a sex-deranged lunatic. So they're not a total lost cause because Citra does bring the LOLs every once in a while. So then Sean Robinson asks a question that no one really wants to know the answers to. How often do each of the cast members have sex as a couple? Answers are like totally as expected. Rob and Sophie are like a few times a week if we're in a good place in our relationship, which is never. And then Sam and Citra, again, are like all the time, every day. And Piggy and her husband are just like blushing and can't even answer the question with a straight face. Gino and Jasmine is once a year, but Jasmine wants to be banged by her husband 24/7, and she's so mad that it's not happening.
Once a year when it's good, what would make me happy would be to have my man me every day. I mean, making love to me, sorry.
Next in the hot seat is Clayton and Anali. So the entire cast is like ripping into Clayton about why he didn't put the guinea pigs in the closet and he put his mom in the closet. And he's like, well, there's no ventilation. Guinea pigs piss and poop. My mom can get up and use a toilet because she's a human being and we don't close the door on her. I don't know. The mom lives in the closet. It didn't seem like a big deal to me, honestly, but everyone has a problem with the mom in the closet. The good news is the mom doesn't live in a closet anymore and she doesn't even live in their house. But the mom did move with them. They've all relocated to Oklahoma with mom down the street. Anali loves the new house. It's nice and large. So apparently their sex life is a lot better now. And now we are going to bring out Brandy, the low-key star of the season. So I don't know if this is like frauding or what, but when Brandy comes out, Anali does like heart hands with her hands. And I did think we left off on a good place with Brandy and Anali. I thought that like they were going to try to form more of a relationship and that would be her sister in America. But Brandy has other plans on this tell-all. She has come to play the villain. She says that she does not believe their relationship. She thinks Anali is using her brother for a green card. And the best case scenario of this all is that at least she wasn't catfishing and that her brother does have a real live wife out of the situation. And the whole cast is like, this is awkward. I don't think you like your sister and your sister doesn't like you. Like, what is even going on here? And I don't know. Clayton's like seething. He has like some sort of undertone of like anger issues. The sister is just like poking him and poking him and poking him. Then we get into the whole war about the strippers. Did Anali want the stripper? Did the sister bring the strippers just to piss off Clayton? Clayton believes the sister was trying to cause drama. The sister is like, dude, you and your wife like literally asked me to plan a bachelorette party. She asked for strippers. I was doing you a huge favor and I don't see the problem here. Either way, these two don't like each other very much and that's obvious. We also learned that Sean Robinson had invited Anali's dad to come virtually on the tell-all, but he declined. And not only did he decline, he issued a statement.
I hope my daughter reconsiders and comes home. She doesn't need anything there. Thank you.
Statement is pretty shitty and Anali starts crying, and instead of Brandy being like, oh no, this girl's alone in another country and her dad's a total dickhead, Brandy is just doubling down on everything, that she doesn't believe they're a good couple. Anali doesn't show her brother enough attention. They're not positioned on the couch the right way, so she doesn't believe they're in love. Then we have Nick and Piggy. Snooze. Apparently, Nick got his green card within 6 months of getting married, and he has moved down to Atlanta and is currently living in a hotel for a new job. And Devin Piggy has stayed at home with her dogs, and I was like, that's so weird. Why aren't you with your husband? And she's like, well, he's in a hotel, and I'm taking my dogs. P.S. We're both sort of introverts, and having time apart is good. And they're like, no, time apart from your husband even? She's like, yeah, even my husband. So the best the producers can do to stir some drama here is bring out Devin's parents and investigate, is calling their daughter Piggy a good idea or not.
What do you think? You're lazy, so you always get the fast food for lunch. No wonder you're piggy. Are you serious?
Well, it is.
And they talk about Devin's weight loss. She has lost a lot of weight, and they're trying to figure out if it's related to being called Piggy, which clearly it is. But the mom is like, well, you know, Devin's weight goes up and down. I don't really relate it to that. But I still don't like him calling her Piggy. And then Nick is like, well, in Korea, calling someone Piggy is a term of endearment, and I'm not going to stop. Then one of the cast members is like, hey, dude, if Devin was in Korea and she kept calling you an offensive name to your friends and family and it was pissing everyone off, would you like that or not? And that seemed to resonate with Nick because he did give a half-ass apology. He said he apologizes to Devin and he will only call her Piggy in private. And that is it. That is the end of the tell-all. On the way out the door, Anali congratulates Nikki for kicking Justin Igor to the curb. Nikki, as she's exiting, is texting the lawyer to pull the visa. And Nikki says this whole experience has inspired her to make new music. I don't know about you guys, but I did not know during this whole season that Nikki is supposedly a singer. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or what, but yes, apparently Nikki is a singer, and we are going to get some good breakup beats from this. Rob and Sophie on their way out the door are just like still kind of bitter and angry with each other, and they don't know. They're going to fight for this relationship, but they don't know where it's going to go. Ashley and Manuel have their goodbye speech, and Manuel says he's going to start communicating better, not only for Ashley, but for Ashley's family. So there seems some hope here between Ashley and Manuel. They seem to be on the up and up. Piggy and Nick are asked what they plan to do next. Nick wants to start making babies. Piggy says she will only consider that if Nick makes her a lot of money first. Who knew that Piggy was a gold digger? Go, Piggy, go.
Never in a million years did I dream that, like, all the other people on the show were going to know all that stuff about me and me about them. It was a weird bonding experience from hell.
And last in the goodbyes, we have Clayton and Anali, who are walking out the door. And Anali, triggered by Brandy, wants to prove to us, all of America, that she is not here using Clayton for a green card, but they are in love. So what does she do? She grabs Clayton's head and starts to kiss him on screen, and he starts to pull away after a little kiss, but she does not stop. She shoves her tongue down his throat to prove to us that this is the most genuine love affair that ever come on our screens. I never want to see that again, and I blame Brandy for forcing this upon our eyes. How could you do this to us? That was so awkward and gross. Gross. Never do it again. And that's the end of it. Season 10 of OG 90 Day Fiancé is over. We made it through it. We've survived another season. And we get a little break until March 17th when we come back with 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After.